What's going on, everybody? David here. Today we're going to give you a stimulus check update. But first off, on this channel, we talk about personal finance for travelers. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell notification so you can get future updates on my videos. So the first thing I want to talk about is the IRS 1-800 number. So they gave us this number several days ago. It's not working still. There are still people that are having problems getting in and actually talking to a live person. I did not try it today, but I've tried it a few days and I was unable to get in. So some people said they had luck. They were able to get in. Some people got some valuable information. Some people said I didn't get good information, or I was hung up on. So I think they're still working out all the details when it comes down to it. I think what's going on is they're still training these people. And so they don't really have people to answer their phone for every call. I'm sure they're getting a lot of phone calls. So the real sad part is by the time they get this all situated, the people who are waiting to receive their stimulus checks will have already received them. So that's the status when it comes to the 1-800 number. They're still having some problems with it. So the next thing I want to talk about is representative payees. So they've given us information. SSA gave us information that May 27th is the target date. Now you can look all next week. So all next week you should be looking for direct deposits to come through. But they gave us a target date of May 27th. Generally, things happen on a Wednesday for whatever reason when it comes to the IRS. So that's probably why they said that date. They initially said May 27th, and then they took it off the website. So I think that's the day they want, but you might receive it anytime next week. So be prepared for that. So if you're on SSI, SSDI, be prepared. Your representative payee will be receiving that direct deposit for you. So veterans beneficiaries, you guys should be receiving your checks right now, and then hopefully that will continue next week. So be prepared for that direct deposit, and they are starting to mail out some checks. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when it comes to VA beneficiaries, look for those checks. You should be receiving them now. Okay, let's talk about paper checks. Paper checks should be coming in the mail. So they started on May 1st. They're doing 5 million every week. So that means that they're just going through the whole list, and they're starting the lowest to the highest as far as your annual income. So if you don't make that much in annual income, you've already received your check. Let's say if you're around the 40,000 range or less, you should have received your paper checks already. If you're above that, then they might still be sending your paper checks. But let me know, like I said, let me know your whole situation. So you don't have to let me know all the money that you make, but you can just let me know what category you kind of fit in when it comes to your check. So if you receive a paper check, let me know, oh yeah, I fall in this category between 40,000 and 50,000. That way I can let other people know. Some people have done this already, which I really appreciate. All you have to do is let us know down in the comment section below, and then I can definitely get people on the right track when it comes down to that. So the next thing I want to talk about is the debit card. So I talked a little bit about the debit cards already. You can check the link up here. And one thing you guys want to do, so you want to subscribe to the channel, because I'm always going to give you guys up-to-date information. And I'll also refer you back to some of the other videos that I did that go into depth when it comes to like the debit cards and things like that. So you're going to want to subscribe, hit the little bell notification. Anytime I put out a video, you guys are going to be notified that I put that video out. So let's get back to the debit cards. So the debit cards, they should start mailing those out. And I want you guys in the comment section, let me know if you receive this debit card, because I'm very interested to see how they roll this out and how the process works. Like I said, I talked a little bit about it earlier. The IRS web portal wasn't the best. The phone number, the 1-800 phone number, that was another problem. And I want to see how these debit cards roll out, and are people able to get their money on them right away and all that. So let me know if you receive it, and then let me know the process that you did to get the money onto the card. So please let me know that down below. And let's go ahead and move on to the last thing here. Okay, so last thing here, we just want to talk numbers. So there's 10 million people who are still waiting to receive either a paper check, direct deposit, or a debit card or something. So that's actually a good job. I will give the IRS credit. They really pushed things through when it came down to it. Not initially, no. There were a lot of people that were missing their checks and things like that. And there's still some people out there, unfortunately, who have not received their checks. But they did run through, because we were looking at a time frame that was going to go until September. So I will give the IRS credit for that. It looks like they had their little promotions where they were trying to get people to put in their direct deposit information. And I think a lot of people did that. So they were able to get direct deposit, and they didn't have to send these checks out. And so now they're down to the last few people. And you have to understand, we started what, 88 million was the first direct deposit that they did that for the first week, and then they just moved on down. And I think we're at like, I think it's like 160 million people have already received their stuff, either 150 or 160 million. And so we're down to the last 10 million. So that's good. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please let me know down below. Also, just so you know, I'm going to start doing separate videos. So I'll have a separate stimulus check update. So that's going to be for the stimulus checks that we're waiting on right now. I'll also do another video that's a second stimulus check update. So I'm going to separate them for now, just because I always have people asking me questions as far as like, is this for the first check or the second check? They get a little confused. So we will have just stimulus check update stuff, and then we'll have the second stimulus check update stuff. The only time that I will combine them is if I don't have enough on the stimulus check updates. If there's not enough there, then I will combine them. However, I'll clearly let you know in the video that this is the stimulus check update, and then this is the second stimulus check update. So you'll know the difference. I'll talk about one first, and then we'll move on to the next, and then we'll say, okay, we're going to talk about the second stimulus stuff there. And then I also will be adding some analysis. So when it comes down to, and this is going to be a separate video too, so you're really going to be receiving kind of like 3 different videos from me, which is good for you because I will be putting out a lot of content. And I just want to address all these different areas, because when I try to put it in one video, it does get confusing. Like when I'm watching it over, I do get a little confused. Is he talking about the first stimulus check, or is he talking about the second stimulus check? Like which check is he talking about? So that's why I want to do that. And then I want to do an analysis as well. So when it comes to, let's say, the political speak, when they're talking about certain things, I want to analyze that. I want to pull that up. So do a video where I'm just pulling it up. Let's say it's Mitch McConnell or Nancy Pelosi. The things that they're saying, I just want to talk a little bit more about that. So we'll watch a video, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. Then we'll watch more of the video, and then I'll talk a little bit about it, just to kind of see where they are. When it comes to politicians, they're very slick in how they speak, and they can be very vague in certain situations, and it might lead you to believe that it's going one way, but really it's not going that way. It's going somewhere else. And so they like to leave themselves out. That way, when it comes down to when they get pushed, they can always kind of go to the other out. Well, I didn't really say that. I was really meaning this. And so that's how politicians work. And the way that you combat that is you find out exactly what they're saying by figuring out what actions they've taken and just looking at what's on the horizon. Like they might say one thing and you're looking and no, your actions were different. I don't think you meant that. It had to be something else. So it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating, but I've been dealing with this for a long time, so I kind of know the different little things, the different little nuances that they provide for us to figure out what they're saying. So just wanted to put all that out there. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, any comments, let us know down below. Let me know if you're receiving your checks. Let me know the cards, the debit cards. I really want to know if someone receives that debit card. Let me know, and then let me know the process to get money on that card, because I don't think the card's I believe the card's not coming with money on it. I think you have to go through the process, and then they will send the money on there. I don't know exactly how it works. So let us know, that way I can let everybody else know. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.